All right, Jason Stan with TechSideline.com here with one of the newest Hokie commits, Mr. Malachi Thomas. It's been a week now since you committed Malachi, but when you kind of look back on that decision, like what went into it? What all did you like about Virginia Tech that made you want to commit there?
Well, I like the family part, the way how the coaches treated me and my family through like Zoom meetings like we're on now.
Mm-hmm.
And, they just look like they took pride in taking care of their players and making sure things are done the right way. And they just love their players as the players love them. And it's going to be a great program. It's actually just starting to get back great again.
So you mentioned the coaches. I guess who were some of those coaches that you talked to that were really part of your recruitment?
I talked to Coach Lichtenberg, Coach Weiss, and Coach Fute. That's about it. Those are the main three.
Okay.
I know I had one Zoom meeting with all of them.
Well, I guess tell me a little more about that relationship you had with those coaches. Like, what was that like getting to know them through the process, and what was it like being recruited by any of those coaches, I guess, throughout that time?
It was fun to be recruited by them. They learned a lot about me. I learned a lot about them. I'll just say it was just great meeting them because I know that now they're going to always be honest with me because they were honest with me every single time whenever we were on the FaceTime call, Zoom call, or regular call. We just talked about each other's day and stuff like that. And we went over some football stuff, just over blocking schemes and running schemes, plays that are similar to the ones that we run now.
Yeah.
And that's really about it.
Well, so you talk about there's some similarities to what you do now. Like, what have they told you about how they see you fitting in on that offense with the Hokies?
They actually said that I'll probably fit in all of the spots that, like how my high school uses me now, in the power running game, outside zone, use as a jet sweep guy, split me out, be a little I don't know, receiving back out there, slot receiver, basically all of those things.
Before you picked Virginia Tech, Malachi, who are some other schools that really came down to? Who else did it come down to?
Say Kansas State, App State, UCF, and Duke and Georgia Southern.
So we were talking about some of the details already, but I don't know, just compared to those other schools, like what did Virginia Tech do, or what was it about Virginia Tech? What did the coaches do that maybe those other schools did not that made you want to go to Virginia Tech?
Well, I was at Virginia Tech. They were just constantly on me, like just talking to me every day, whether it was Coach Lecter, Coach Weiss. They were just texting and calling, just always making sure that I was okay, just asking about my day. All the other schools, we were just basically the same thing. It's just Virginia Tech just felt more like a home to me, and it felt like that was just the best fit.
So you mentioned doing like some Zoom calls with them, but did you ever actually get a chance to go up there for an in-person visit?
Well, we actually went last week. We went up there.
Okay.
Just to visit the campus for ourselves, and everything was just beautiful. I loved it.
So was that right before you committed there was when you went?
No, it was after.
After. So it sounds like they kind of confirmed your decision. So I guess, tell me about that visit and, what stood out about you that kind of confirmed like that was where you wanted to go.
Well, I was like just walking around and looking at the way how everything was just put together. The stadium was nice. Now, I've seen some players working out there, and they just looked like they were just having fun. And I don't know, just driving around. It was just a beautiful campus. I loved everything, and I don't know, it just seemed right.
So I assume they did. Did like your parents go or other family members go on that trip with you?
Yes, sir. Both of my parents went.
Well, I guess what was just some feedback that they gave you? What did they think about the trip?
Well, they thought it was an amazing trip. Well, they've been to Virginia before. They just never have been to Virginia Tech. But
sure,
my mom was, I don't know, she was like shell shocked and just happy. And she just loved everything. She just loved the way how all the buildings were like in stone, and all of that was just amazing. And my
Yeah.
father was just basically the same way, but I don't know. He was kind of like me, just expecting for it to look good.
Yeah. Well, so we talked a little earlier, Malachi, about how they see you fitting in there, and like but well, I guess first of all, are you going to get there in December, or are you planning on getting there next spring?
I'm planning on getting there next spring.
Next spring. So what do you feel like you need to do between now and then to be ready to go up there?
Well, I can just say, well, usually the only thing coaches have been telling me that was to get bigger, but now that I'm at 190, I'm gonna say try to get to about 205.
Okay.
And I think I'll be set and ready to go.
So does that mean a lot of like protein shakes or something until then?
Yes, sir. Just bigger, stronger, and faster.
Is there anybody else who you're I mean, not even be your class, but like, is there anybody that you're like recruiting or trying to come, get to come to Virginia Tech with you?
Well, I'll say actually a safety that goes here to Hart County, Monte Maxwell.
Okay.
And I know my cousin that lives in Elberton, Marlon Dean, he told me that they've been recruiting them, so I might try to get them to come down there.
Okay. So it's actually, I guess, a good thing, Malachi, that we didn't talk last week after you committed, because yesterday, Thursday, the ACC, put out the schedule. Have you had a chance to see like the new schedule and the new, I guess, format that they're going to do this year?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay. It's just, what do you think about, as the possibility of playing and the way the Virginia Tech looks this season?
I think it's going to be good. I think Virginia Tech's going to be good. They're going to have an amazing season, and they'll just carry on once the class of 21 get there.
Yeah. So we talked about, too, I was asking you before we started the interview, like where things stood, with the Georgia with high school football season. What has it been like for you just as a player, maybe not so much as a recruit, but just what's it been like having all this uncertainty and not knowing what's going on? And I know you guys have been able to practice some, but what's it been like for you going through this? Because, hopefully nobody has to go through this again going forward, but it's different for everybody. What's it been like for you?
I'll say it's been hard, but all I know is even if we do or do not have a season, I know I just still got to work hard, get some teammates to work with me, just got to stay on the grind to get better and better every single minute of the day.
Yeah.
And just not fall behind just because it's not a season.
All right. Any words for the Hokie fans or Hokie Nation out there?
Go Hokies.
Simple and sweet. I like it. It just gets right to the point. So, Malachi Thomas, appreciate you joining me. Check back on Tech Sideline for plenty more.
Yes, sir. Thank you.